Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to a new episode for grade 10, unit 3. In this episode, we will learn all about expository writing, what an expository writing is, the parts of the essay, the parts of the paragraph, conjunctions and their uses, and how to plan an outline for an essay. So let's start with the expository essay. An expository essay is a type of essay that explains, describes, gives information, and informs. It can be used as a tool to show the reader why something is the way it is or how it basically works. Okay? It is important for it to be extremely clear so that the readers will have an understanding of the topic when they're finished. So when you write an expository writing, bear in mind that the reader have no idea what the essay is about. So you have to be very clear, very informative, and you describe everything while you're writing. Okay? Now, we knew what an expository writing is. Now let's take a look at the parts of the essay. Now we have 3 parts for the essay. We will start with the introduction, and in the middle we have the body, and we will end the essay with a conclusion. Pay attention to this. The body has 2 parts, paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. So when you take a look at the essay at the end, you will find 4 paragraphs: introduction, body 1, body 2, and then the conclusion. The parts of the paragraph, they are very important. For example, the topic sentence, the supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence. What do I mean by the topic sentence? From the name, topic and sentence. You will mention the topic and you will follow it by an idea. And then in the supporting sentences, following the topic sentence, you will explain more, describe more, inform more about the idea you mentioned in the topic sentence. And then at the concluding sentence, you will basically wrap up the whole ideas by summarizing or restating, rewriting the whole thing using different words. So pay attention when you write a paragraph that your ideas are very clear and organized, and it has a coherence between them. It's all evolves around one basic idea. Okay? So if I want to use the conjunctions effectively in the essays, I will follow those titles. For example, for addition, if I want to add information, give more description, if I want to add more to the sentence before, I will use words like add, as well as, also, to, furthermore, moreover, besides, additionally, in addition. All those words, if I wrote them, the reader will know that I have more to add to the sentence before. If I want to give example, okay, I will say such as, for instance, for example, specifically, namely. Those words, if the reader read them at the beginning of the sentence, he or she will know that I have an example to give. Time. Okay? When, after, before, until, since, while, once, as soon as, all these words indicate timing. Okay? Now, if you want to compare between ideas and you want to use a connector, a good connector will be equally, similarly, likewise, comparable, as with, another, like, in the same way, and a similar. All these conjunctions can enhance your essay and give it a deeper, better meaning, and the reader will understand more. Now let's take a look at the introduction. I want you to remember those 2 important things that you have to write in the introduction, which is the hook and then the thesis statement. What is the hook? Now, the fishermen use the hook to attract the fish. The writer will use a hook to attract the attention of the reader. So the hook is basically the first sentence of your introduction that is meant to attract the attention of the reader, to make them willing to read more. So if you want the reader to read more, you want them to continue reading the essay, you have to use an interesting hook, okay? The thesis statement is basically you stating the position, your position regarding the topic you're talking about, okay? So you have to present the topic and the ideas regarding this topic, okay? So in the introduction, it's very important to write a hook, which is the attention grabber, and then the thesis statement. The thesis statement is basically the topic you're going to discuss in this essay and the main ideas in it, okay? Now, before writing any essay, you have to outline. What do I mean by an outline? An outline is basically headlines, and you have to fill them in. So you arrange your ideas and have a better understanding for the ideas you're going to write in this essay. So we will start with the introduction. As we said, the introduction needs a hook, the attention grabber, and then the thesis statement, which is the topic and the main ideas mentioned in it. Following the introduction is the body, which has two paragraphs, paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. In the paragraph 1, you have to write a topic sentence, supporting ideas, and concluding sentence, as well as paragraph 2. And then we have to finish off with the conclusion. In the conclusion, all you have to do is to restate the thesis statement, meaning you have to rewrite the thesis statement and summarize the main ideas. You re-mention the ideas that you mentioned throughout the essay, the main ideas, okay? So this is how your outline should look like. The question is, how do I fill the outline perfectly? I will tell you how. You will use the tree strategy. What do I mean by the tree strategy? It's not really a tree, it's the letters of the tree. For example, T stands for the topic. You have to clearly state your topic, mention your topic so the reader will know what you're talking about. And then reason. Provide ideas and reasons and causes for the topic you chose. You have to reason your topic. And then E for explain. You have to explain, okay, the reasons you provided by elaborating on them and explaining them. And at the end, E, ending. You have to wrap up the whole essay by restating your thesis statement and summarizing the main ideas. So if you bear in mind this 4 letters tree, you will always know how to fill in, plan, and outline correctly. If I have this essay saying that electronics have become essential in every field of life, whether it is a simple domestic chore or a mass factory production, electronics play the main role. In not less than 12 sentences, 140 words, plan and write an essay explaining how electronics took over in the domestic field as well as the industrial one. So here, plan and write, meaning you have to outline first. Explaining how, meaning you have to write an expository essay, because an expository essay describes, explains, and informs. Let's take a look at the main ideas that we should discuss in this essay. How electronics took over in the domestic field, that's one. Domestic field means at home, okay? And in the industrial one. So we have 2 main ideas that we have to discuss and write about in this essay, okay? So let's start by filling in the outline. First, we have to write a hook. A hook can be any attention grabber, for example, raising a question, a good quotation, and interesting information, okay? So here, I will raise a question saying, have you heard about the vacuum robot? Have you ever noticed how many products there are in the supermarket? So here, I raised 2 questions to evoke the reader's mind and to make them willing to read more. And then I wrote the thesis statement. What is my thesis statement? Is to mention the topic. Electronics have become essential in both daily life and industry. So the reader will know that my topic is the use of electronics in daily and industrial life. Okay? In paragraph 1, remember the tree, I have to provide reasons. Okay? So reasons here, using electronics in our daily life. 1, using appliances like dishwashers, smart vacuum cleaners, and washing machines have become common because people are busy. That's one reason. 2, communicating and socializing using electronics is widespread because cities became bigger and people live away from each other. So this is reason 2. And here we come for paragraph 2, is explaining the reasons I gave. Okay, remember the tree. E is for explain. Using electronics in industry, people are busier than ever. They need ready-made clothes, food, and products. Factories started using electronics to make mass-produced items in order to fulfill the market demands. This is paragraph 2. You see here? I explained the reasons I provided earlier. And at last is the conclusion. Restate and summarize. As we said, we have to restate the thesis statement and summarize the whole ideas. To conclude, electronics have become very important because the demand on ready-made products is getting higher every day in industry as well as the domestic field. Let's take a look at the introduction written. Have you heard about the vacuum robot? Have you ever noticed how many products there are in a supermarket? People are getting busier every day. Therefore, they do not have enough time to make their food and wash their dishes or even iron their clothes. Everyone needs electronics, starting from normal individuals like me and you and ending with factory owners and businessmen. Electronics have become essential in both daily life and industry. Let's take a closer look at this introduction. Take a look at the sentence in yellow. Have you heard about the vacuum robot? Have you ever noticed how many products? This is the hook. And the other highlighted in yellow sentence is the thesis statement. And I want you also to notice the use of conjunction here. Can you notice where the conjunction is? The word therefore, okay? Here, the word therefore, I used it to show a result, okay? That's why I put it in the sentence, okay? So this is how your introduction should look like. Let's take a look at paragraph 1. No one can deny that using electronics and appliances at home is essential. In fact, every house has electronics to help get the domestic chores done. Both males and females have a professional life nowadays. Therefore, everyone is busy and everyone needs appliances at home. Whether it is a simple dishwasher or an air conditioning system, it is without a doubt very essential. This does not apply only to homes, but to major industries as well. Now, take a look at those transitions or conjunctions. In fact, both, therefore, whether, it all connects the sentences together and it connects the ideas together. Look at the sentence I underlined. This does not only apply to homes, but to major industries as well. This sentence is a concluding sentence. Why is it a concluding sentence? Because it introduces the idea coming in the next paragraph. So it tells me that this paragraph is done and we will discuss another idea in the coming paragraph. For paragraph 2, let's take a look. As mentioned earlier, people are very busy nowadays. That is why they need ready-made products. The demand on the ready-made food, clothes, and even furniture has become very popular recently. This has developed the need to make mass production in factories to fulfill the need of the market. The mass production factories are using electronics and robots to box products and seal them for the users. In other words, electronics are filling the space that people cannot fill. See here, as mentioned earlier, connect the paragraph here with the paragraph before, connect the idea together. In other words, we use it to explain more. So I started with a topic sentence and I supported my subtopic sentence with the supporting sentences, and I also added a concluding sentence. In the conclusion, I used the word to conclude. To conclude, electronics have become very important for industries and homes because the demand on ready-made product is getting higher every day. This is how your essay should look like: 4 separate paragraphs with one whole idea. Now you will be graded according to your outline, the exposition of your ideas, paragraphing, spelling, your grammar, handwriting. Okay? If you wrote an off-point topic, you will get a 0. That's it for today's episode. We learned what an expository writing is and the parts of the essay. Thank you for watching and see you soon.